Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this evening and happy holidays. We're in the middle of the holiday season. Jingle bells. And Hanukkah is this Wednesday, I think. Well, actually, the first day is tomorrow. And then we've got Christmas the next week and New Year's. And I'm actually in a good mood this year, which is, I'm enjoying the holiday season. I don't know why I didn't used to like it, but this year I do like it a lot. Um, the first 30 minutes of the show is going to focus on mediumship, and for the remainder of the show, we give priority to that, but not everybody wants mediumship, and there will be live questions answered as well. And if you would like to be in the contest to win a free session with me, 30-minute phone or Skype kind of session, just go to the website for this show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. And there on the right side, you will be able to join the mailing list. If I've already asked you for your email, then don't worry about that. There's Susie B in the background doing a great job of making you feel comfortable and friendly, giving you a friendly introduction to our show, and she will be getting your email as well. So if you want to join the mailing list to be in to win a 30-minute session with me, just go to spiritmediumtv.com on the upper right. You can just go right ahead and join. We did have a winner for November. This is a monthly contest, which means you don't have a lot of competition. Not like you're competing with everyone in my mailing list. Oh, and just to let you know, exclusive to my mailing list people are special prices, sales, articles, announcements, all kinds of things. So there's a benefit to be on there as well. If you want to watch the show live, I always laugh when I say this, on Spirit Medium TV, item number 2 on that page is a live video feed of me. Very boring, I might add, but it's sometimes fun to watch besides just listen. So you can go to Spirit Medium TV, and there I am. Okay, so a little inspiration. Over the weekend, in the middle of the night, I was awakened, and I had this great thought pop into my head. And when I have ideas pop into my head, I always pay attention because I always feel it's coming from spirit. So I was given instructions by spirit about the universe and how to co-create with the universe. And I was told that I was to address my subconscious during my sleep state and give it an assignment. Yeah, tell my subconscious that it could co-create or should co-create right now as I go back to sleep the following. And I was to give it very specific instructions for things I was looking to have in my life. And so a lot of you have heard of the law of attraction, blah, 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 blah. I hate to say it because it's overused, but and most of you are probably burnt out with it because you've tried to use it and it hasn't worked. But I just want to remind everybody listening that it seems like we live in a fixed reality. But in reality, every single person's evolutionary responsibility is to learn how to co-create with God, with universal mind, co-create. Yes, it's not an objective reality that we live in. It's a subjective reality which responds to our instructions, our hidden beliefs, our known beliefs, our statements, our attitudes, everything. And sometimes it's really, really hard to keep that mind of ours on a positive note. But if you think of it this way, that if you have garbage coming out of your brain, garbage coming out of your mouth, you're going to have garbage in your world. And if you have garbage in your world, it's because you had garbage coming out. So try to clean that up. You can use this technique I just talked about. It's just another way to work with the universal mind or get the law of attraction to work for you. And I have an article on my website. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, lower right, I have articles there, and it's delineated in more detail for you to reference. And that kind of stuff comes in my newsletter, all kinds of things about the other side as well. Oh, a little announcement. I have been selected to be a research medium with let's see, what is the name of the organization? I keep forgetting. Hold on for a second. well, afterlifedata.com, but it's a subset of them. It's called Voices Across the Veil. Ooh. And they are doing research on what the afterlife is like. And they are comparing what comes through in a mediumship session to other data that's out there, other explanations, attempting to come up with themes to the experience of the other side. And one of the things that I just said about co-creation is one of the things that is suggested in a book called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton. And in that book, he shows us souls, because he goes through a hypnotic regression technique. Souls, one of the primary things they're doing in the other side is creating from nothing, like as if they are aspects of the creation principle, the creating things. So we are also able to do that. We're able to create. And when we understand that part of ourselves, we realize that we have to be vigilant and take responsibility, vigilant for our thoughts, vigilant for our actions, and take responsibility for everything, including the bad stuff, which is not that pleasant, but it is very liberating when you see things that way. Okay, and so I'm going to go to first person waiting in the queue who was looking for an other side connection, and her name is Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Tammy? Tammy, did you leave? Okay, I'm gonna have to put her back into
I'm
the.
here.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I was just about to put you back in the queue. Okay.
Well, thank you for taking my call.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure, honey. I think you've called before, haven't you? Long time ago, didn't you?
Long, long time ago.
Yeah, well, I remember your beautiful name and accent. And of course, that's from the South, no doubt, right? What part of the South do you live in, Tammy?
Right. I'm from Texas.
Texas. Okay. All right. Let me see who's in spirit for you, darling. I do feel a mother presence for you. Okay. I don't know who you have in mind, but let's try to develop that for a moment and see what that brings us.
Okay.
Okay, unfortunately for me, I'm projecting Texas, so I'm seeing a woman that reminds me of somebody who would live in Texas. Okay, so
Okay.
okay. Actually, she's wearing a hat that looks like a cowboy hat. She's on the older side. She's fair skinned. Her hair is sticking out from under the hat with some uh, it's on the it's a long short style, so it doesn't go down beyond the shoulders or anything, but it's coming out under the hat. It's curled, and it shows some gray in it or white. It looks light in coloring. She has little earrings on. I can see the tips of her ears. She's got uh, refined features, a small nose that's straight, even, flared nostrils, very refined looking, not a big nose, very alert eyes, and she looks like she might like to wear lipstick too. She's like a little bit on the high end, even though she's got some Texas kind of look to her with the hat. She also looks a little upscale, if you will, as if she owns a ranch or something like that. And she stands in a barn. It looks like it could be with horses in it or something like that. She's wearing a cowboy type of shirt that has some of the understand I'm from New York, so I'm going to sound really dumb about this, but it looks like it's plaid. It looks like it's cotton or cotton blend. It has a mantail kind of collar to it and longish sleeves. She's also wearing a skirt, and it looks like it could be made of denim. The skirt, and she's wearing cowboy boots. She's very active around the community. She does seem to have some affluence to her. She speaks well of herself. Now she's giving me these words. I'm trying to figure out what she means by well of her. She's high. She thinks well of herself. She thinks well of you too, by the way. And she's very happy that you would have called her in this evening. She seems to have had some lung troubles or breathing troubles towards the end of her life. She also shows me her hair was worn at different lengths, shorter as well. She takes off her hat. It's now in a different style. It's a little bit shorter around the back than it was a moment ago, if you will. I also see that she might have had some skills in horsemanship. And also it looks like there's what do you call that when they do rodeo and they put the what do you call that thing? The you're gonna laugh at me. The rope. The rope. I couldn't get the word rope.
Yeah.
The rope in the air, and they get the lasso. Oh, they make it into a lasso. She's got some kind of skill with that, or she's showing me that, if you will. And I see a lot of flat land around her. I see a house. I also hear home cooking. I feel there's sons, that she has at least one son. And this probably might be your grandma on your father's side. Do you understand, please?
Maybe when she was younger. I think you're like describing a lady named Belle.
Okay. Did she have sons? Did she have a ranch?
I'm not sure about her. How many sons she had, but I think she had one.
Okay. Well, she gives me the impression she's a strong-willed woman. She liked to cook, and maybe some of the hands that were on the ranch would come in to eat also. I really don't know. All I know is that she's cooking, and she's given guys breakfast, bacon and eggs, and she's, the heartier meals, and very lovely woman, strong-willed and will of iron, she actually says. She says, you're a lot like her. Now, I know you might feel a little wondering why this Belle would come in to say hello to you, and she's going to let us know in a moment. But let me just do a few other things before I go to that, Tammy. There's something in the chest area that's bothering her. Okay, this is an illness that she had. And I don't know if it was just limited to the lungs. Okay, it might have even gone into the breast tissue, or vice versa. She might have had breast issues that went into the lungs of it. But there's something like as if she's being eaten up with cancer or something in that lung area. Do you understand this for Belle, please, or anyone that you would know from everything I've said?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think there could be a couple of people, but
okay. Well, let me just go on it again. She's showing me herself as a woman who seems to own the ranch. I can't say for sure. She's certainly on the ranch. She's wearing the physical description is petite. I didn't say petite before, but short. She's actually carrying a little extra, right? She's carrying a little, there's more stuff coming in, carrying a little extra weight on her in the vision. The first vision I described, I didn't say this, but a little bit thick around the middle, a little extra weight, nothing major,
Okay.
In general, I think younger years, she was more on the slender side, but then she's getting a little bit more middle-aged to older. She's looking a little bit older in this vision. And the hair's already it looks like medium brown to begin with, but there's got a lot of gray in it now, and it's got a wave of curl to it. She's wearing the Texas hat, which shows us that she's, steeped in the value system and the dress and everything of her area. See, there's a few other things. She's a good cook. She's a good cook. Basic food, good clean home cooking. Believes in that. Good clean home cooking. I'm just going to try to give you one or two more things so we can pin it down. She seems to know your father. Okay, there's something to do with your father and her. Do you know Belle to know your father more than your mom?
No.
Okay.
But on my grandmother's side, there is. My dad's grandmother's side, there is.
There is what, honey? A woman that
visits. A petite lady doesn't run in my family very much.
Okay. Well, in other words, that you're tall. Okay. Well, so you're saying that your father's mother or grandmother was petite?
Right.
Okay.
His grandmother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it looks like it goes back in time, so like the old-fashioned values. Good, strong meal. We need to eat good meal. Keep everybody strong and everything.
Right.
She was good with the lasso also. She seemed to have some horseman skills as well. So you may know this, you may not know this, and something about good, clean, wholesome living, good cooking, that kind of stuff, very much in her value system. And she says in yours as well. She says you're a good homemaker. You're very healthy in your habits about your life, about what you do. You're very clean around the house. There is another mother figure there with her, which I believe is your own mother, but I don't want to go into too much all over the place. Are you missing your own mom, honey? Because I felt vaguely a mother figure to you earlier. This could be it. I don't know. Are you missing your own mom, honey?
It would be my grandmother. My mom's still here.
Okay, so your grandma, and it's on your father's side, the grandma, or on your mom's side, the one you're wanting?
My mom's side.
Okay.
My
So,
mom's side.
okay. So let me just go back. So we have your father's side, an antecedent to your father, a mother figure. Now I'm going to go over there. Okay, I'm going to go over to this other. Now I do feel something a little different. Not really that much different. I don't see her as much as feel something right now, and this is sometimes the way they come in. But I feel something in the breathing. Something in the breathing, and it's very painful for this woman. Another, it could be the same one I'm on or a new one, but I believe it's somebody new. And she's like, she has problems with respiratory issues. Do you understand this for your mom's mom, please?
Yes, she died of lung difficulties.
Okay, so that means we're on the trail of this grandma on your mom's side, your mother's mother, I believe. The other one had chest issues. I want to add that in. Okay, she might have had breast and or lung cancer, but now this is the predominant thing. It's the breathing issues that got the best of her. Okay, let me see if I can get to her clearly. She likes to. She shows me a little bit of jewelry. She likes to put on jewelry from time to time. I'm trying to see her. She's trying to give me a vision of herself. Even though you're in Texas, and all, she shows me herself dressed up a little bit, like with a little pillbox hat with a little bit of a netting over. Maybe in the past, when she was younger, she might have worn hats like this. She also has a little button earring. Yeah, she had a little button earring. It looks like a white pearl lies type of thing. It's probably costume jewelry at her ears. Like to dress up. Hair's on the shorter side. The vision she's showing me is hairs on the shorter side, some wave to it. It's like around the ears. It stops under the ears, doesn't go much longer than that. She says, you were a favorite of mine, and there's a sense of being playful with you, of camaraderie, playfulness, you playing with her, her playing with you, just liking to play with you, particularly when you were a little baby. She also says that you were a little roly-poly when you were a little baby, and she loved to just play with a little chubby baby, if you will. Oh, God, that's kind of cute. Yeah, she just loves you so much. I'm going to give you one or two more details, sweetheart, and then we'll go into. You kind of gave away that the family's strong. I mean, tall. So I'm not going to talk about that. We get the lung issues. We got the hair and the hat. Those are nice little defining things, and the earrings. Her nose is a little stronger, not too strong for a face, but I'll say what I see is wide set eyes, and the nose coming down from the eyes and going to a point, and it's almost narrower towards the tip of the nose than in the area between the eyes. Like it almost comes down a little bit. It's kind of beautiful. It's a beautiful nose, straight nose with flaring nostrils. Do you remember Grandma's nose, please?
Yes, I actually have a picture that I'm looking at on the refrigerator. So yeah, that's her.
Okay, all right. She tries to. Yeah, they give me distinguishing characteristics. That helps. They may not tell me every little tiny thing about themselves. I do see. Oh, she's showing me things about herself now. She's. I don't see a lot of weight. There's not a lot of weight in the shoulder area and the chest area the way she's showing me herself right now. And she's living. It looks like she's living to an advanced age, and some of the body's hanging a little bit. Stomach area is a little bit broader. Just general aging. But I want to just say one of the distinguishing characteristics is the shoulder and neck area, slender, not heavy there, but yet she's thicker in the middle, if you will. Do you understand that for Grandma's physicality? Okay, you do. Okay. Yeah. She says, okay, she's going to go into something else. She wanted to get around a lot on her own, but she says, I wanted to be getting around on my own, but towards the end I wasn't able to. She says, you helped me a lot around the house and everything. You came to visit. She's showing me something with groceries that you must have brought groceries in for her, or either took her to get groceries. But I see literally brown bags. Nowadays they don't even use brown paper bags, but I see brown paper bags, so maybe it's a specific store around where you and her lived, where you were bringing in some kind of food in the bags. Do you understand that, honey? Do you understand that? Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, and she says she liked She liked everything you did for her. She says, thank you very, very much. You're very kind. She says, you're very peaceful also. She enjoyed being around you. Not like everybody else was always a worrywart. You never said much in terms of worry, which was soothing to her. In other words, about her illness. Say, you were quiet, you were soothing, you were helpful. You didn't talk about doom and the doctor. She says, oh my word, everybody else was always talking about, did you do what the doctor said? Everybody's in an uproar. You're kind of quiet and calm about it. She says, that's your temperament. She says, you take after me. You like the peaceful types of people like I like. And she says, you're a very loving and kind soul. She thanks you again. And this, I'm trying to get to a personal message. This is why I'm rambling a little bit, but it's all good. You know, it's all good stuff she's saying. I mean, it's helpful information for evidence. There's something. Okay, there's something here. It reminds me. I'm trying to figure out where this male goes. There's a boy. It's either your son or a brother to you, and I can't figure out who it is. Or it could be a husband to you. I can't really figure out. It's a boy. Okay, younger. I'm assuming that you have a son. Is that correct, love? Because it looks like that from the way she's showing it to me.
Yes, I have a son.
Okay. He's very well behaved, she says. And she says he loves you very much, too. She says, keep up the good work with the house now that you have it. So something about you getting the house. Either you got her house or you just got a house or something to do with the house. Make sense to you, please?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Keep up with the house. You're doing a good job of cleaning it up for me. You must have gotten her house. She's saying she's liking what you're doing with it. She's liking what you're doing with it.
Okay.
And she's just gives you a big hug, a big kiss, and a big wave hello. And she says, keep up the work with the house. She says, pretty soon it will be just to your liking. She says, I'm sorry that I let it get run down like I did. But it's a good house after all. It's a good house after all. She loves you very much, Tammy. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight.
Okay.
All right, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. And so, as you know, we give priority to other side connections at this time. I'm going to go to Sharon, who wants an other side connection. Another side correction. Hi, Sharon. How are you tonight?
Hi, Laura. Thank you for taking my call. I'm good. I'm anxious to get to talk.
Yeah.
Or to get to listen, actually. I don't want to talk. I hear you.
Ah, where's 402? Sharon, where is
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Omaha.
Omaha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I kind of feel a little hint of this, a little hint of that around you from spirit, in terms of people on the other side. There is a father figure or male to you. I'll just say a male. There's also a slight sense of a female. Let me just see who wants to develop. Hold on. The father figure. Okay. This person seems like a senior generation, not directly above you. In other words, probably grandparents. Sometimes they come in first and they bring in information and then bring in other people. Because I'm assuming you want somebody closer to you in age, but I'm just going to go for what I can get. Okay, sure. Father figure. I see a dark bathrobe with a little bit of a plaid. It's like a navy blue bathrobe with a plaid to it. That's what I'm seeing so far. Hold on. Okay, there's a problem in digestion and in the intestinal area. Not coming in very clearly, I might add. The hair's kind of messed up and there's balding. It looks white. Feeling of this person being sick for a while. Not feeling good for quite a while. But he's so vague, Sharon, that I don't know who this is or even if he's for you. Do you relate to that picture I've just given you so far? Do you relate to that in any way?
Kind of.
Okay, he's a father.
Kind of. I mean,
let me just continue.
That robe. All right.
Okay, let me just say, he says he's a father figure to the family of sorts, but not exactly your father. Nor your father. He's around the family, but not exactly in the family. He's a friend of the family or somebody like that. He says he was around the family a lot from time to time, but he's not directly it says he's not directly a father to you or grandpa either. He seems to have lighter skin. The hair is disheveled and messed up. Oh, it's white, the hair, or gray. It's got some wiriness to the hair. You remember how Einstein looked, his hair was a little messed up, but this guy's got a little bit of that going on. He's got a bulbous nose. He also has foul breath, he tells me. Foul breath. Nobody wanted to be around him much. Slender, but again, he's got this problem with his bowels, and there's something to do with digestion issues. Now, you were going to say something about the bathrobe. What were you going to say about the bathrobe?
I was gonna say, I know a bathrobe like that was my ex-husband's, and it was given to my son, but the rest of it, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So there's this navy. Let's start with the bathrobe again, because it's the first thing I got. Whoever it is not coming in that clearly. Now, your ex, you said ex-husband, or you said ex-husband,
Right.
honey? Is he deceased now?
Yes.
Okay. He's probably the one that's trying to make a presence known, and I'm not getting it, okay, because for some reason the connection's not great. So I'm going to go back to the robe and see what we can pull through. Okay, so we got this robe.
Well, that was his robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his robe.
Yeah, okay. So we got the robe. We've got a sense of this man not feeling well, ill. Okay? There's an illness involved. And he may be distorting his features and the way he looked a little bit, but I want to say I feel that there's something in the bowels that's awry. Do you understand bowel problem for your husband who's deceased? Or his stomach area?
Not,
Okay.
not really.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm getting at that. And it looks to me like there's something going on with the bowels also that had to do with the cancer. So I don't know why. I'll just say specifically, there's something in the left hip area that's swollen, and that's part of this. Could be maybe the tumor spread and it was in there also. I don't really know, but I keep getting stomach. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I wonder, it's not my father, you said?
I don't know. I can only give you what I'm getting. I see this bathrobe.
Okay. All right. I'll just listen because I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's your husband who's in spirit, because he is showing me that he's sick. He's showing me the bathrobe. Now he's taking me to his stomach area. Okay. And you don't understand that, and that's fine. It could be part and parcel of the whole thing. It could be a different kind of issue. Maybe there's something definitely that in this particular person I'm looking at that's wrong with the stomach and the bowels. And I do feel that there's a cancer to go with it, although you said it first. I hadn't said that yet. So we're going to leave that alone for him. I see him slender as wasting away. Okay. Do you understand your husband lost a lot of weight, please, as he moved towards the latter part of his life? Do you understand that, please?
No, it sounds more like my dad.
Okay.
I didn't see my ex-husband at all. I don't.
Oh.
I wasn't there. He lived in another state.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think he got real skinny or anything.
All right. Well, then, I don't know what to say. I see a bathrobe that's navy blue with some plaid on it. That's the basic thing. And I see a person who's older.
My dad had a robe like that.
Oh, okay, because you pinned it on your ex. Okay. And there's also a sense of wasting away. He's not feeling well at all. The skin gets very pale as he's moving towards the end of his life. And he looks downtrodden, looks ill. Okay, he's throwing up a lot. He doesn't feel good. The hair's all messed up. That kind of a thing. The hair's whiter. Right. It looks like it's thinned on the top. Do you understand thinning hair on the top for Dad and thinning out in general?
Yeah.
Okay. And disheveled. Disheveled. It's normal as one gets to advanced age and they're ill. And there's a lot of. You do know the stomach. Okay.
Stomach.
Oh, okay. So we do have your dad here then. We do have your dad here. And so here he is. Okay. He's saying he's feeling much better now. He's going to try now to up the image a little bit to let you know he's feeling better, because he was giving me all
Okay, good.
because he's giving me all this stuff. God bless him. He's trying to get us to understand who he is by showing the illness. But he's not ill now. He says he feels great. He's fine.
Okay.
He's dapper now. He says, so now he shows me himself more before he got ill, or the way he wants to present at this point. He's clean cut. He's shaven. The hair's combed back. He's actually wearing a suit today, a little bit of a suit, or looking dressed up nicely. He says he was very mathematical on Earth. I don't know what he means. Oh, he did. Okay, you know what that means. Okay, mathematical, organized, efficient, a man about town, very organized. I loved his work, and he loved using his brain. He loved his home life. He loved being your father. He's a very responsible person, probably a little bit too much. Very cerebral. Very cerebral. He says that gave him headaches from time to time. He's always thinking, worrying, things like that. So he's always like very, very. I'll say this is a character trait, a person who's a very clear thinker, but very focused thinker, and sometimes to the point of, so intense with his thinking that he might have even had, like, maybe literally, or he just uses it figuratively, headaches. But I see him like very, very focused kind of thinker. There's something about you and a bike when you were younger. Shows me you with a bicycle. He says, I love to, see you develop as a young person. He says you wanted that bike so much. We finally got you the bike you wanted. I don't know why he cares to talk about a bike, Sharon, and you might want to think about that later on. Okay, but something about a bike.
No, I understand.
You understand? Okay. He says that was eating away at you for a long time. Finally, we said, okay, we'll get you a bike, but be careful. So there seemed to be some concern that you would get hurt or, get into an accident on the bicycle. He says, but you were smart, and you are smart. You're always careful, he says, with everything you do in your life and in your heart. He says, now you're not letting your heart open up much to new possibilities. He says, but you can do that if you'd like. He says, you won't get hurt. So what he's doing here is going in the direction of being safe, for, protective of you as you were younger, teenager, whatever, with the bike. And now he's likening that to you now in your current life, that he doesn't want you to be overly cautious because you'll block yourself from good things. Open up your heart, Sharon. Open up your heart a little bit. Let things in. He says, because there are going to be new things for you. There are going to be new things for you. So for some reason or other, you must be now going through a transition, or maybe you're very cautious and opening up emotionally to someone new in your life. Does that make sense to you, please, Sharon?
I'm just going through a hard time. I'm being kind of stalked or attacked or something here.
Oh, okay. Well, he's talking about you being overly cautious. So I want to clarify that a little bit, because I think what he's trying to say is don't worry. It's maybe not as dangerous as you think, or that it could be taken care of. But I don't want to say everything. I want him to say it for us. So let's see what he wants to say. No. He says you've taken enough precautions. He says you won't be hurt. You won't be hurt. You've taken enough precautions. You won't be hurt. He won't get the best of you, and he's really going to lose interest and move on. He says, and then you're going to have to open up your heart more if you want to see changes in your life, because new and good things are coming in for you. This person kind of made you very, what's the word for it? Protective. Holding back, and he says that will be over with, and there will be a new beginning for you. So don't worry, and you won't be hurt. Basically, just a message of confidence and trying to protect you and trying to give you hope. Okay?
Right. Do you see my son?
I didn't see him. I didn't see him yet. I'll give it a quick look-see, sweetheart, and then we'll go on, because I have other callers. Sure. So the robe is significant because you gave the robe from Dad to you. Oh no, that robe came from his father to him. Okay.
I gave that robe to my dad.
So you gave that navy blue robe to Dad, and then that robe, did that robe go? That you had said something about the robe going to your son. Is it that robe or the other robe?
My ex-husband went to my son.
Okay. Well, let's go now from Dad and see if he wants to bring in your son. He's here. He's here with me. He's a methodical sort. Open. He's talking about your son, but I don't have connection with your son. He's talking about it, but that could lead. He's saying methodical,
Okay.
methodical, open-minded sort of guy your son is. He says he's very much a thinker like I was, pensive in his moods, pensive in his thought, held back a lot from change, didn't like change very much. I don't have a direct with him yet. I'm going to see if it goes to that. That's why I'm entertaining Grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay, there is something going on. Hold on. Okay. So there is something I see here. I'm having a little trouble getting clarity on the image. Okay, so I see hair that's darker. It seems to have some kind of or burnish kind of tint to it. Does that make sense for sun, please?
Yes.
Okay, and for some reason it's thick. Not for some reason, I'm going to add to that. There's a thickness to it, and it seems to kind of be either parted in the middle, or right now it's just sort of like coming round his face from the middle, or just a little off center. I'll just say that. It has a little bit of wave, but mostly it's on the straight side. Thick hair, good looking guy. I don't see his height right now. Good looking. Nice features. Okay. And I know that's not definitive, but I just want to get a sense of that. Let me see if I can get some more on him. Do you want to come in, sir? Mommy's here. He's not very young anymore. Old enough to know better. Okay. There's something here going on that seems to be old enough to know better, not feeling good about himself. He's upset about something. There seems to be something going on with him and taking some kind of responsibility for his passing. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah, the people
Okay.
that he's around.
Okay. And he's not telling me everything. There's just like a quietness there. He's not wanting to step forward with this. Now, I don't know where you live now, but for some reason, it's going to sound really odd, but he jumps to this image of people like on snowmobiles or around snow. Are you in a more northern climate, or was he in a northern climate?
No, but we get snow here.
Oh, you do get snow. Okay. Now I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's something to do with, he shows me snowmobiles or a sleigh riding, something to do with that. And I don't know why. Sometimes there's significance to that or not. I have no idea. I'm just giving you everything. I hear jingle bells. He's talking about jingle bells, happy time of year. This is the season to be merry, he says. And he goes, ho, ho, ho. He says, I know you're not that merry around this time of year because of what happened to me. He says, but it wasn't only my fault, it was other people's faults in turn, but it wasn't their fault either. He says he had a lot to do with it. And he's giving me he's going round and round. He's not giving me very much information. I'm sorry. I'm trying to clear it up. I can't spend the whole show, though, if he doesn't want to speak up. We'd have to let it go. Hold on. Okay, there's a J name. There's a J name like a James or something like that. That name makes sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, and there's also a J-O-S like a Joseph as well. So it could be James or Joseph. It could be two different people. I don't know, but there's a J name there. This fooling around, hats, Santa Claus, that kind of thing. He likes to play in the snow when he's younger. He says he was a jokester his whole life. He's given me a sense of him having good sense of humor, being a playful sort of person. He also says he took risks he shouldn't have all the time. I don't see him with illness. Okay, don't see him with illness. I don't, okay? So he's not showing me illness. He's just showing me a daring kind of nature and temperament, and also taking risks that he shouldn't have always taken. Something to do with sobriety with this as well, or not being sober or not sober, that goes along with this. That makes sense to you, please? Sobriety, the word comes in.
That would be my ex, I guess. My son didn't really drink. I mean, he didn't have a problem. My ex did.
Okay. Well, I'm not getting a very clear connection with him. I'm getting a good connection, but not the best for him to talk about how he passed. And I would have liked
No,
that.
that's fine.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
He won't do that.
Yeah.
He won't do that.
Yeah, it's like locked and sealed. And also I see blue around.
Right.
I see blue around him as if he might have had blue eyes, or the color blue is significant in some way. Did he have blue eyes?
Yeah.
He did.
No.
No?
No, he did not. But he had a blue shirt. That was his favorite.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to just, there's somebody with blonde hair around him, seems female. That could be you or a girlfriend to him. Do you understand blonde hair and a female close to him, please?
My daughter.
Oh, okay. All right.
His sister.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to see. I'm going to give it one more shot, honey, and then we're going to have to go. And I know how traumatic this is for you. Hold on.
Well, my grandson, my daughter's son, who's 6, is in the hospital, been going through chemo and everything. And I was kind of hoping if there was some kind of message about his, they don't even know what's wrong with him right now.
Okay, but you asked me to bring in your son, and
yes, I thought maybe my son would know.
Oh, I'm focusing. Yeah, I'm just focusing in on him right now, trying to do. Yeah, trying to do classic.
Anything he has to say.
Yeah, I was trying to do that because you're his mother, and I assume that you wanted to hear from him.
Right.
I haven't gotten to
I do.
Yeah, I know, honey. I have to follow certain steps before I go, usually to personal message. And because he's not wanting to talk about he's not giving me the evidence I need for me to go to that, but I will just, let me just once, and then I'll have to move on. Let me see if he wants to talk about that. Is James the one that's sick, honey? Is James the one that's sick?
No.
Oh, but you know the name. Okay. Let me just go to this.
I know a James.
You know a James. Okay.
I mean, if he's sick, I don't know.
Oh, because that's the grandson. Okay. He'll be all right with care over time. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give you any kind of hope one way or the other. It would be cruel of me to say that. I just want you to know that they're all rooting for him in spirit and working with you and your sister, your daughter on this. No, it's his. It is your daughter. Yeah, you and your daughter on this, and there is hope for the future. He is giving you hope. So that's the only thing I can say is there is hope. What?
You know, he brought up James. Is there any message about James?
No, but if you would like to have a more detailed session, I am hireable. I just need to go on now to another caller because it's getting late. Sharon, I appreciate your calling, sweetheart, and thank you so much. And I'm sorry for your terrible losses, darling. But I want you to know, your grandson, there's hope for him and healing, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, yeah, I mean, I neglect to say, I don't want to confuse everybody, but there is potential here for you to get a one-on-one, and I try to spread the wealth here. So there's Lynette here waiting for another side connection. I'm going to go to her, and then we'll try to get 1 or 2 life readings in if I have time. Lynette? Hello, honey.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hi, honey. There is a mother for you in spirit. I'm going to see if I could bring her in somewhat. Mother figure. When I say mother, let's go a little broad on that. And now, are you hoping to hear from a mom? Don't tell me who, but because we've limited time here. Is that who you're hoping to hear from? Because that's the strongest vibration I get right now.
Yes.
Okay, your mom is here, primarily a mother figure. I see her as having well, she's got a full chest. She's not a flat-chested woman. She's wearing she's mid-size. She's not real thin. She's not real heavy. Looks like she's carrying a little extra weight in the picture she's giving me right now of herself. Carrying a little extra weight. She's a little rounder. She's not fat. She's just a little rounder figure. She's wearing pajamas right now. She wears glasses also. Looks like she did live to an advanced age. She has her hair, the way she shows it to me, is just under the ears. And it's more in a all one length type of haircut versus all layered. She's got a cute round face and a nice little smile and twinkle in her eye. And the features are even. Does this make sense to you from mom or anyone you would know, please?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm adopted. I'm adopted, and I was hoping to find to talk to my mom that adopted me. The state of Iowa will not open my records.
Okay. Now, but you know she's passed. Is that right?
Who?
Your mom that was.
Yes, my birth mom, the woman that adopted me has passed. Yes, she died when I was 12.
Okay, and she doesn't look like this? Okay,
no.
you don't know what your birth mother looks like. I'm confused, Lynette. You don't know what your
Sorry.
birth mother looks like.
No.
Okay. This is probably her saying hello. Okay? This is probably her saying hello.
Is she alive?
This woman is not alive. She's in spirit. You said that your birth mother deceased. You know that. Didn't you just say that you knew?
Oh, I know. No, I don't know about my birth mother, if she's alive or dead. I know about the woman that adopted me. She passed on.
Oh, okay. And she passed on when you were 12, or she adopted you when you were 12? She adopted you when you were 12.
No, I was, no, adopted at birth, closed adoption, and the state of Iowa will not open up the records.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out who the woman is that I just saw. It could be the woman that adopted you. You don't know if that's the woman that adopted you, honey? She's very clear.
I know that the woman that adopted me could never have children. She had she was not round. She was thin. And she had red hair. And
okay, so let me just let the
glasses though.
She wore glasses around her face. Okay, so let the record state that this woman appears before me. Okay, and she could be your birth mother. I have no idea of knowing. I'm thinking I'm doing another side connection. This woman pops in. She looks very sweet. Could be a grandma also. Could be your adopted. The mother who adopted you's mother. I don't know. But I do see this woman. Now, I don't know what else to say because we're kind of like, I can't do what you're asking me to do because I'm not going to do a psychic detective right now. So I'm going to have to let you go, Lynette. And I'm sorry for your loss. Definitely am. But this is the woman that I'm seeing before me. She's very kind, very sweet, and she's wearing pajamas. She has a big bust line. She's not really heavy. But she does have a little extra flesh on her. Her hair looks like it's on the whiter side, so it could have originally been red. I don't know. I'm just letting you know what I see. She's wearing nice pajamas, and she's got a little bow in her hair on the right. Is it her right? Her right. Yeah, on her right. I'm going to let you go, honey, because I want to get to some of the other calls. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can.
Thank you for the blessing.
Thank you, honey. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with her because we can't get validation. Okay, I'm going to go to Candace quickly. Candace, thank you for being so patient. Candace, what can I do for you this evening? Now, I want you to focus on your question and just give me your question so I can get through to as many people remaining as possible. Just give me your question and don't give me a lot of background. What is it that you're calling about, sweetheart? What's your question?
I'm actually calling about my love life. I would love to find out what you see coming up for me.
Sure. Sure. Well, looks like you have a little love life there going on.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Hold on. Yeah, you're going to have somebody in the short term. It's not going to be that much longer. And it feels to me, I see somebody already standing around you, like as if you already have somebody. Maybe you're not sure if it's going to work out. So if you haven't met him yet, you're going to meet him very shortly. But it seems like there is somebody there smiling at you. Are you asking about somebody in particular, love?
I do have a friend. That I really like him. We're just friends for now, and of course I would love it to be more. Yeah. That would definitely be great to see. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic guy.
Well,
that's. Love to see where he is going.
Okay. Well, I see that person. I see a smiling man next to you, and I see that you're not sure what it is, but it seems to me like by the third week of January, things are going to be more defined. So right now, in your vibration is this person you're thinking about, and it does look like he's going to come around to be more friendly towards you. Now, all predictions always are subject to free will, but as of today, that's the way it sits. Okay, sweetie?
Okay.
Thank you, honey. Bye.
How are you?
Thank you, honey. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to Tawana. Okay, Tawana. I'm sorry, Tawana. And I'm sorry, Tawana, for keeping you waiting so long, honey. Just give me your question.
No problem.
Yeah, you're being very patient.
My question is basically the same. I wanted to know, what do you see on the horizon for my love life?
Okay. Tawana and her. Now, you, in contrast, don't have anyone around you. I see that this quite quiet right now in this scene, and it's actually you're wondering, like, why do I hear the clock ticking? Why don't I see somebody? It's like tick tock, tick tock on the desert of love. You will find somebody soon. They're saying, don't give up, and it seems like you've taken a little rest or repast, like a little sabbatical right now. You were more active in the past. You needed a little time out or a break. And if you're not thinking of it this way, then they want you to think of it this way, because the prior person took a toll on you and you did need to have a little bit of a time out. Now is your time to kind of get yourself feeling good about yourself, nurturing yourself. It looks like you'll have some activity, but not right away. It looks like early part of the next year, like February, March, if you start to go out more and take more action for that. But right now is a time for you to fall in love with yourself. More self-care. You do take good care of yourself, but just like paying attention, just nurturing, because that's going to give you the feeling again that's going to magnetically attract. Right now, you're in this state of like emptiness, and they want you to fill your life with good things. So become now you're the person, make believe that you're in love with you, and then that will bring him in. It looks like it's going to be spring, April. But you'll start to go out more. You'll start to feel more motivated to go out. Right now, if you do go out, it seems like you're pushing yourself. You don't really want to. But in the late January, February, you start to go out more or socialize more. It doesn't mean you have to go to a bar or anything, just getting out and doing more social things that can lead you to that person. I do see you are active socially, but in different ways right now, not in a way to meet anybody. So that's what I see right now.
Because I am homebound medical. So.
Oh, okay. Well, how would you then? So you're doing personal ads, or you're not doing them yet?
Oh no. This is temporary.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I don't see you going out. I mean, I see you doing something, but not really going out. It's like this stretch of land in front of you, like the desert. But eventually, by late January, February, you're going to start. Like the little groundhog comes out of his hole February 2nd or whatever it is. You're going to start peeking your head out. You're going to start getting out and socializing. It's not just healing physically, which is what you just told me, but also there seems to be some emotional healing and bruising that needs to happen. So you know how the body provides for the soul and the mind. There's always that connection. It's all interrelated. So I want you to think of like, I got hurt like this or sick like this because I really did need a time out without feeling any pressure on myself to go out and meet anybody. Right now is my time to nurture and nourish me, and then you'll start going out, and I see a person coming in by April.
Okay.
All right, honey.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, love.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye. Okay, we're going to go to Cornelia. I think I'm saying that correctly. Is that correct? Did I say that correctly, honey?
No, ma'am. It's Synethia.
Synethia, like
Yes.
Cynthia, but Synethia. Oh, pretty name. That's
Exactly.
Yeah. Synethia. So what can I do for you this evening, darling?
Maybe it's the theme, but I have a question about a guy friend.
Okay. And
his name is Derek, and I was just wondering, he was kind of friend zoned me. I was like, okay,
Just give me the question, honey. Just give me the question. Don't tell me too much. Otherwise, I'll be influenced.
Sure. Okay. I want to know is he scared to be in a relationship with me, or is this really what he wants to do?
Okay. His name is Darren, you said? Or Derek?
Derek.
Okay. Derek to Synethia. No, he's not afraid. He's not afraid. But there is something holding him back. Okay. He's not afraid of you. but there is something he is afraid of. I feel like he's got something holding him back. Do you know if he's completely single? Because I'm not so sure he is.
I asked him, and he said he is.
Okay. There's some kind of hesitation because of obligations he has elsewhere. I'll just say it to you that way. That's what I'm primarily picking up. And he likes you plenty, likes you fine. Matter of fact, he's licking his chops about you. Likes you a lot. But I feel that he's holding back either because he's afraid of getting involved, or that he doesn't have enough money, or that he has other obligations. The other obligations could be another woman, a female, maybe he has to raise a family, maybe he's divorced and has to pay alimony, but he's very, very much controlled or disturbed by a situation outside of his control. And I'm going to try to give you a little more on that, honey. Sunithia. Let me just see. Derek. What is it, Derek, that's holding you back? He feels that you won't like him because he doesn't have enough money for you. That's what I'm primarily getting. Yeah. He doesn't have enough for you. I feel that he likes you a lot, but he thinks you're like of a class, maybe there's a class distinction, maybe you're too good for him or something like that.
I never gave him that impression.
You didn't have to give it to him. He's given it to himself.
Okay.
All right. So he thinks he'd like to have, and it could be his own thing. Like he feels like he'd like to have a lot of money to take you out and woo you. Maybe I think it's something he carries with him. No matter what situation he's in, he never feels like he wants to be James Bond, okay? And he doesn't feel good enough unless he is James Bond. But really, he's just an average guy, which is good enough for you. So probably need to give him those messages. Let him know that you're kind of, you're not, because you're very attractive, and he's like thinking, oh my God, how can I ever give her enough or do enough for her?
That's crazy. Do you see a relationship with us ever? This is driving me crazy.
Well, as I said, you do have to do what I said, which is get him to think more of himself and that he's worthy, because he has self-confidence issues. And if you do, then yes, there's potential there. And I want to remind you, since you came in a little later on the show. Hello? Mm-hmm. Okay, try. Yes, I'm here. All right, try to focus, because all that background noise is somehow, I don't know, I can hear everything, and I guess everybody else can. So just try to focus on the fact that it's not going to happen to you. You can affect it, because I feel he's very, you can influence him. So realize that. It's not like it's black or white. It's like there's potential there, and you need to let him know that the door is open without being overly eager. It's a delicate balance, right, between encouraging him and not being too needy. So find that balance. But I do feel he likes you, and I feel like he feels that he doesn't have enough to treat you with. Okay, sweetheart?
Wow.
Yeah. You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, I forgot to say during the show, because I got so involved with the readings, that if you would like to join our mailing list, and also I want to say something about Susie B. So let me say Susie B. She has a show here on Blog Talk Radio called Law of Attraction for Love. And she's an excellent psychic and reader, and a lovely person at that. And the other thing is, if you'd like to join our mailing list, just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and you can be in to win a contest, to win a free session with me, done every month. And also, if you want a private session, I do that as well. I'm going to see if I can bring Susie B in for a moment. Let's see, how can I do this? Right, like that. Susie?
I am here, Lauren.
Hi, honey. I was so intense with all these readings, I didn't have a chance to bring you in. How are you this evening, my dear?
You did great.
Oh, God.
You did great.
Thank you. This show was a little bit difficult. So I just wanted to say hello to you, and live on the air.
Yay, yes. Yes, it was an excellent show, Laura. You did a great job, as always.
Okay, well, everybody listening, if you want to hear some another excellent show, tune into Susie B. She's Law of Attraction for Love at, what's the time on Mondays?
3:30 to 4 on Mondays.
And that's Eastern time, 3:30 to 4 here on Blog Talk Radio. Susie B has
10 seconds.
Own excellent show. Yes. All right, everybody. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. God bless all. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.